Welcome back. This episode is not immediately following the last episode, as I promised. I had to go do something, and then time made fools of us all, and I've been to sleep, and I've woken up again, and it's now the morning, and I'm going to sneak this one in before I do all the stuff I have to do today and tomorrow. You didn't need to know all that behind the scenes things, but I'll just sort of explain why it's clearly a different time of day than when we left off. And I believe what we were going to go was go and speak to Miss McLeod about Hunter, and we will do that. I also had a little thought about the last episode, and the only way we ended up making progress was using, our detector vision and seeing something that maybe we'd missed before. And I'm wondering, because I'm worried about the time, it's 2:23. We've got the silent dinner at 8 and then the seance at 9. Our time is dripping away from us, and we've got mysteries abundant. Fewer mysteries than before. We did clear this up. We've got this going on, this going on, this going on, and a bunch of loose ends here. So I'm wondering if we do a bit of a scour, and it won't cost us time unless we click on anything. Using our detective vision, just make sure we haven't missed anything. Wander the halls, wander the areas, maybe be a bit systematic about it. I'll try and write down and keep track of where I've been so I don't miss anything or retread the same steps if we get a bit distracted. So I'm thinking maybe we do a little bit of that, see if anything pops up that's useful. I'll talk to Miss McLeod first, because I said I would, because we've got some leads on Hunter. We haven't got any leads on Hunter, but we need... I can't remember why I said it, but there was something that I think the safe in Hunter's stables is a mystery. Hunter has also put the little... I'll just show you because words are failing me. The little trinket thing. It's like it's not a sigil, but it was like a little wooden... the chimney charm. Hunter is the one who put it up Evelyn Deane's chimney, as it were. And we're not entirely sure why yet, but... we know he's close with McLeod. So maybe we'll get a lead on that. Maybe we'll get a lead on how to get into his safe. Maybe McLeod will be like, his favourite numbers are 25, 14, 72. Or maybe not. But it's good to cross it off.
Hello, Mr. Ward.
And we've spoken to Lau and Hunter about it. So let's just clear this off. So let's ask about their relationship. And then we'll go on a scavenger hunt and just hammer the detective button. And see what goes. You knew Mr. Hunter before the event, didn't you? Yes, I'm not even going to try Scottish. Dada was the housekeeper on my family estate when I was growing up. I've known him since I was very small. And he was a tremendous help when my second sight came in. No one else really knew what to do with me. It runs in bloodlines, you see, but I have it much more fiercely than anyone in my family's living memory. I was so happy to see him here. I've always considered him a good friend, but we've been trying to be discreet. Some people think it's improper. I think it's silly. I've met plenty of terrible men in far better standing. We're all just people, no matter our station. Don't you agree, Mr. Ward? But I won't risk him his job, so discreet it is. Okay, you've given me nothing, but you went on a bit, which makes me feel like it's worth knowing. I could ask you directly. I don't think that's going to add anything that we haven't already got from that, so let's leave that. Right. I'll leave you there.
Miss.
Yeah.
Take care, Miss.
Where do we want to go with this ability? That's the Blake residence, isn't it? Can't go through there. No. We don't want to go over there. Let's start in here. $2.24. Let's just walk the grounds. So all of this stuff we've seen, this is just evidence of Evelyn Dean wandering around. That's a door. That's a sign. This is a dead end really, so let's have a quick walk down here. This is the area through to the bathrooms. I'll have a quick look in the supply closet, but I think we've seen all of this. That's just going to be a mop. That's going to be the young Walter Blake's wheelchair, isn't it? I'll click on it. I don't know why it's in storage, but if I can click on it. This must be one of Walter Blake's chairs. The wheels are worn, but the seat itself looks new. He must be a slight lad. I guess so. Okay, yeah, not much here. There's this cross thing, which we could speak to. Stone cross. I think we could speak to, yeah, Joyce about it. I think Joyce is the answer to Dupre, but I can't figure out how to get in with her. So something's got to come up with that. I think this is why I want to flash everything. Like, you know, flash, flash, flash. Because I just think we've missed, I don't know, one or two things, maybe more things. Can't go in there. These are just paintings. I think we've missed a couple of things that may give us just the right push in the right direction, is my guess. We came from down there, I think. The library. Back to the atrium. Okay, I just walk up here. That's just a closet. Can we go in here? No, that's just more towels. That's the atrium again, I think. Just how do I want to look at this? I've looked at that. Dining room on the right. That's more evidence of Evelyn Dean. Stables again. East Tower. I don't want to go in the East Tower yet. Okay, do I want to go back to the atrium and then back to the main corridor? Do I want to go in the stables again? So there's a couple of... Where do I bring this up? I think it's in this menu. I think it's in this bit. He's being... So yeah, so what I was going to say, there's a couple of places where in the current focus it's like investigate, in this case, the stables, or investigate room 18, which will be their room, the bedroom with the person. And I'm like, I feel like I've investigated it, and I'm like, why are you still asking me to do this? And are there still things in there that I haven't yet uncovered? See, O'Finn, it doesn't say investigate his room. But let's say... I mean, I haven't been in McCloyd's room. But it is saying to investigate her room. Skerritt. See, again, investigate room 18. I'm like, what have I missed? I feel like I've investigated it. Is it because I haven't resolved this? I don't know. Why? Let's look at O'Finn again. So investigate room 18. So investigate room 18 in Finn's case has green bars coming off of all of it, which means these are all resolved. They're all verified, or I guess if there are red bars, they'd be verified as untrue, as like not leads. Let's have a look at someone else. Coventry. So it says investigate room 22, and yeah, there's like potential connections, inconclusive connections. So back to Hunter. Investigate the stables. See, there's nothing off investigate the stables. So does that mean I need to find what's in the safe? I'm going to just have a quick look. I'm going to go flash, 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 flash and see what comes up. Just a quick breeze over here. Flash, 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 flash. So, okay, that we've looked at that door. That's just a door. And you're just a horse. Flash, flash, flash. That's not going to be anything. That's just a water trough. We've looked at that. We've looked in there. We've looked at you. We've looked at you. There's nothing in here. There's no... Somebody has carved the numbers 26, 14, 32 into a post here. Are you fucking shitting me? Has that been there the whole time? There's nothing. Flash, 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 flash. We've looked at that. Stable door. I mean, that's just the safe code, right? Carved into the wall. Right, hang on. 26, 14, 32. If this... Right, how does this work? I need to turn the dial left for the first number, right for the second, left again for the... I don't believe... Okay. No use getting it. If this is 26, 14, is it? 32. And then and how long have we been able to do this? I did think it was getting weird that we were like really far into the second day and hadn't got access to that corridor yet. Okay, okay. What is this? Twigs and horsehair? They're covered in soot for some reason. Oh, see, this... it's clearly I was meant to be in here ages ago because we've actually found the hard evidence in Hunter's... in the men's dormitory where Hunter sleeps that Hunter was the one that put it in the chimney. And this is like... it's quite a strong clue, but it's not the definitive clue. It's like, maybe Hunter was the one... yeah. Used to craft the charm. It's clearly the charm stuff. So we were meant to be here a long time ago, and then when we were able to get into the basement, it was meant to be like the definitive. Of course it was Hunter. No wonder it seemed pretty blasé about the fact that it was obviously Hunter by the time we got there. What does it do? And why would Mr. Hunter have placed it there? Great. Let's get the key. The groundsman's key. This may be very useful indeed. It may even unlock some of the guest rooms. Yeah, it may do. Well, okay. This is good news. I mean, I'm annoyed I found it so late, like an idiot. But we can get to Lau McCloyd's room. I'm going to flash all the way there. Okay, so my plan of just flashing everything as I walk through the manor, I think I'm going to continue with, because so far it's given me the armchair, the burn on the armchair in the library, which I thought was going to incriminate. What we were looking for things to incriminate Skerrit, but actually ended up exonerating him. So that gave us a push forward in order to finish one mystery line. This has given us the thing we've been looking for ages, that I was thinking... I kind of stopped looking for a way into this safe because I thought that the basement would be the solution to that. That, like, we'd go to Hunter's room and he would have scrawled the... Yeah, this is where we came from, so I don't have to be too careful flashing. Sorry, I'm lost in my thought. I thought we'd go to Hunter's room. Hunter's room would have the safe key, the safe combination in here, and then I go back to the safe and be able to unlock the safe and open up more of the house. I kind of thought that was the design of the game. It was like locking off parts of the house by means of the basement having essentially a time lock on it based on when the delivery was coming. So we got that backwards, which is fine. I'm just going to look in here just in case. That's just a normal book, isn't it? Yeah. So I want to go here now, really. That's my main thing I want to do now. I can go in these rooms, and that's going to open up some more things for us. So I'll go to via the atrium. I've flashed the library, I want to say. I mean, because that's how I found the Skerrit stuff. I'll flash everything on the way there. No, Batman. Okay, yeah. It's just doors. Yeah, nothing really obvious. Okay, as expected. Okay, so part of our hindrance has been stuff that's been time gated. Some of it has just been missing things, and I thought it was like talking to people about certain things. Is this the right one? North east? No, we want northwest. Are there parts of people's rooms I've missed? Okay, let me just go up and down this corridor for a sec. It's a book. Just double check I haven't missed anything in the corridor. I'm going to be super anal. No, and that's just a toy. That's just a chess set. It's a bust, but the busts aren't giving us anything. 1 second. I thought that sound was happening out in the real world. I don't know if you can hear that. There's like an electric saw, like a... But I thought it might have been part of the eerie soundtrack. Okay, let's start from the door. We're going to go Lao. We know Lao's outside because we just saw her. It's good to double check. Okay, we've got half an hour to do these rooms. Half an hour in the game. Could end up being half an hour in real life. I don't know why I want the microphone to be any closer. I think I sound fine. Okay, records. Okay, let's go clockwise around the room. Normal stationary. Records. I think we've covered the dream state stuff, but let's double check. A collection of records titled 7,000 Words Often Mispronounced by William Henry Pinckney Fife. I wonder if that's a joke because I mispronounced that. A crumpled letter. A crumpled up note that says, "Last time you were home, you had picked up some of that Scottish girl's ticks. Maybe some practice before your schooling goes to waste." Last time you were home. Okay, so that's from family, I guess. Scottish girl, McLeod. Just gal pals. I think they are just gal pals. Right, what we got here? A tall pair of medium-sized boots. So she is medium, so we can't count her out yet. I realised I got some hunter stuff. I just want to wipe that off the map while it's here. Boom. Yeah, that's fine. Everything else I think is fine. Where's Lao? V Lao. Medium size. So you're still a suspect. Shrine. Hello. This picture's always so creepy. Candles, petals, offerings of food and money. It seems to be a shrine. A photo of a wedding day. And then a death photo of the same man. I'm guessing that's the death photo. Death photos are so weird, man. And just the... look at the eyes. Anyway, I don't mean to be disrespectful. You haven't drunk your tea. I don't have dates of either event, but she's not old enough for either to be a very long time in the past. Clearly she still mourns his passing. I'm sorry if you can hear the drilling or the sawing going on. Right, look under the bed. I will look under the bed in a minute. I'm just going to look at the room first. Just flashy, flashy. I hope the drilling, the workman noises are adding to the mysterious droning sound. Okay, a lockbox. Let's open the drawers first. Some trinkets. Nothing of interest. Okay. That's a vanity box. It didn't cost anything, so it's just a vanity box. A letter. A half-written letter in which Mrs. Lau details what she thinks is happening in the manor. It talks a lot about how this place is cursed, because they're not honouring their ancestors or themselves. She says they are careless with their actions and intentions. Of course bad luck follows them. She works hard to cover it, perhaps to be taken more seriously. But Mrs. Lau is a lot more superstitious than she lets on. Okay. Yeah, she does seem pretty put together when we speak to her. Okay, let's look at the lockbox. A box that requires a key to open. It's not on Mrs. Lau's person. It's likely to be somewhere in this room. Oh, good. Well, that'll be useful. I hope it's in this bloody room because I've been on a goose chase enough. Okay, that's just normal book. Flashy, flashy. Flashy, flashy. Nothing in the stool. Flashy, flashy. Just clothes. A poetry book. Maureen and Other Poems by Ella Wheeler Wilcox. I can see nothing of note about it. Psychology. A small but densely printed book named On the Nature and Workings of the Human Mind. I mean, that's not a small book. That is a chunker. Okay, open this. Journal. Yep. And a Bible. Let's look at the Bible first. A Bible. The King James edition. Probably Christian. Let's look at the... Oh, there's weird symbols. Let's start here. Ooh! 6 things. Okay, okay. Come on, give us something. Ivy won't listen. She startles like a stray cat when I try and talk to her about anything remotely sincere. And all for what? Damn Evelyn Dean. Not an ounce of conscience in her. And now Ivy is set on finding herself a husband. Okay. I don't see a way in which things will go well from here if this course is not altered. But Ivy has made it clear she does not want me to do a thing. So I know what I have to do. I have to ensure she's confused just enough so she won't see what I'm doing and attempt to stop me. Thankfully, I now know how to temper her gift after last summer's terrible trip to India. I now know how to temper a gift, so... It's not the house that's causing Ivy McLeod to lose her powers, it's Lau. A similar dose here will soften her ability, just a while. Oh, and I can see this done. God forgive me. So it's Lau. Lau is stymieing McLeod, is what I'm reading from this. Okay, let's read on. Okay, well the number's the obvious thing. 34525. It's not a date. So what is it? Okay. I notice a code written in the journal of Mrs. Victoria Lau. I should find what it will open. Okay. I mean, yeah, we could have guessed. It's not going to be a safe though, is it? She's not going to know Varley's safe code or anything. Okay. She further writes, perhaps if Ivy does marry, I should take that as a sign to do my duty and return to my husband's family. Your husband who's dead, according to the shrine. Oh, ancestors. Sometimes I wish I had not tasted this Western freedom. What are we saying then? What are we saying? I'm not sure I could give it up under any circumstances. What are we saying? Okay. She continues. No luck. Damn it all. Wherever Miss Dean has hidden whatever she's acquired on us, I just cannot find it. It's not in her room. So you've been in her room. Okay. I don't know if there's any evidence of that, but maybe this thing's missing from her room. What wicked lengths she's gone to just to make us miserable. What lengths I'm going to just to undo it. I hate this and I hate her. Is it just too much to be left in peace? That's all I want. At this rate, I see no other recourse than to just confront her. I shall arrange a meeting and we'll see how proud and austere she is then. And whether she has any heart at all. And if she does not, I don't know what I'll do. But I'll have to do something. I know that. Okay, so... I mean, I've had this a couple of times. I had it with Dupre, and I think I had it with Sinnott, but it's... I'm getting suspicious of Lau now in terms of the bigger picture of Evelyn Dean, the main thing. Because she seems very angry. Yep. Oh. Something is scratched out. It looks like it says, in fact, I know full well what would need to happen. Evelyn Dean would have to die. Scratched out note suggesting Mrs. Lau's problems would go away if Evelyn Dean was to die. I suppose this spooky ghost is... Lord, this place. I've just returned from the ladies' bathroom. I swear I saw a ghost. Still, I'm shocked by this place. I entered to find a woman washing her shawl in the bathtub, but we know her. Thinking her a guest, I excused myself, but as she rose up, I knew that not to be true. Her body twisted in unnatural ways. She looked at me, though I cannot recall her face. She screamed. Oh, such a scream. Many lifetimes of anguish in that scream. I fell backwards, and when I scrambled away, I noticed she was gone. Nonetheless, I went to the bathroom on another floor with great trepidation. Okay, so she's seen the... I can't remember what the particular ghost is called, but the woman who washes the clothes and the person whose clothes are being washed will die. Okay. 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 What do we think this all means? So, what do we think this all means? Are we back to gal pals? Fact uncovered, Victoria Lau. What's your fact? Miss Dean was blackmailing Miss McLeod about their relationship. Gal pals? Are we back to gal pals? Nothing new in here. Yeah, we got the intent to harm. Why is Miss McLeod suddenly chasing her husband? What does she think of the plans? Yes, maybe we should ask her more about that. Gal pals. Gal pals? Okay, right, we got the funny key thing. Yeah, okay. A number of items under a pillow, including a small key. What could this be for? Okay, key, yes. I already have the key. Best to leave the other items be, just in case. What are they, just trinkets? We can't even see what they are. Okay, let's look under the bed. No. There's nothing of interest under here. Okay. Flashy, flashy, flash. Flash, 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 flash. Okay, I think we've seen everything. So I think this key's going to be for the box. Good, right. Wow, okay. Cufflinks. We found another cufflink, didn't we? We found this is just one wrist's worth of cufflink, isn't it? And we found another there was another cufflink that was just like that. There was just one wrist's worth of cufflink. A man's single cufflink. It has the initials SC on it. Oops. Yeah. SC. Okay, hang on. SC. Oh, Coventry. Simon Coventry. Okay. Anything about cufflinks in here? No. Okay. Okay. If you've got Simon Coventry's, why would you have Simon Coventry's left? Okay. Dagger. What could Mrs. Lau want with this? Why does she have it at all? Okay, she's got a dagger. A bottle of quinine powder. Why would Mrs. Lau have this? Okay. Research. Quinine. I need to remind myself what the hell that does. I feel like it's come up before. Okay. Okay. I'll get to the documents in a sec. Let's do this first. A luggage ticket for Bay 12. On the back, it's neatly labelled as belonging to one Miss Evelyn Dean. Okay. That's a lead, apparently. We'll do all this in a sec. Let's just read this. A number of documents that appear to belong to Miss Dean. I doubt they were given to Mrs. Lau for safekeeping. Okay, so this is at least the letters and the ticket are stuff she took from Evelyn's room. She said she went to Evelyn's room. The dagger, unsure. The cufflinks, unsure. Okay, so what is this? Case of stolen documents. This is all kind of become a circle. So, cache of stolen documents. Mrs. Lau has a collection of Miss Dean's documents presumably stolen. Luggage reclaim ticket. Left in bay 12 of the luggage room. Promised her... I found Miss Dean's invitation in the luggage room. I just searched the luggage room for clues, and this has led us to this circle of things. So I don't think this is going to give us any more to go on. I'm assuming if I asked people about the luggage ticket, this is what would lead me back to this. Everything's green is what I mean. So I feel like we've got everything out of this. That's what I'm going to guess for now. Quinine powder. Okay, there's a few people I could ask about that. I could also go to the library, and that may open up that. Can't ask about the dagger. What else can I ask about? Okay, at some point I have to confront Lau about this shit. Have we done this room? Okay, so Lau was up to some shady shit. For Gal Pals? Are we back on the Gal Pals line? Right, how long we got? Got 14 minutes to do Miss McLeod's room. What's the timetable? Where is she? What's her... McLeod? Okay. She's in the walled garden now. We don't know where she is at 3 PM, so she could come back into her room. So let's try and... What are the odds we'll find 14 things? Let's try and be out of the room by 3. Just in case she comes back. I don't actually know what happens if the hour changes and we're in the room and they come into the room. I'm assuming we just get kicked out as per normal, right? Sorry, had to sneeze. Let's go. Okay. Finally, Ivy McLeod's room, the last of the guest rooms. Flash, 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 flash. All the usual stuff is flashing. There's a book on her bed. Clothes, not ever given us much. Shoes, okay. A small pair of particularly small shoes. It only said small once, but I'm saying it twice. Okay, so what that means, let's immediately go to the culprit and eliminate because of her tiny shoes. So I thought I'd just go into Lao and make sure this was all up to date. Okay. Let's go clockwise around the room. This is a box. Aha! It's a box with numbers on it. Let's look in there. Nothing in there. Box. 3, 4, 5, 2, 5. It looks like unlocking it will require some kind of code. Perhaps I could try the numbers from Mrs. Lau's diary. Was it 34525? It was. Okay. Okay, bunch of keys that I can't click on, and a letter. A letter claiming to have evidence of a romantic relationship between Miss McLeod and Mrs. Lau. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Gal pals confirmed. I feel a bit vindicated. Because I was leaning into it. Because leaning into gal pals is fun. But there was something about the way they spoke and some of the language they used that was sort of had... It wasn't overt, but there was something gal pally about the way they spoke. And it was, you know, many, many episodes ago that we sort of started being able to speak to them and get that impression. So I can't remember exactly what the tone, but it was sort of there was a tone to it. They obviously weren't being overt because they're being secretive about it, but there was something about their closeness. Okay, gal pals. You need this little romantic indiscretion with Miss Lau not to come to light. And I could use the loyalty of a seer. Okay, so Evelyn Dean is being underhanded. Come and talk to me, Ivy. We shall work something out. It's signed ED. Oh, we got a hypothesis. Yes. Okay. Okay. Ah, gal pals, we did it. I picked up on something. It'll be the last thing I do. That's a normal book. Okay, what else is on the table? Okay, cool things. Keeping an eye on the time. Tarot deck. Despite its obvious frequent use, this deck of cards is not in a good state. Oh no, are in a good state. She must take great care of them. Perfume, yeah. Drinking... I'll come back to this. There's a little spludge there. Is that the quinine? Where did I see a little spludge in Victoria Lau's lockbox? Okay, we'll look at that in a sec. It's not the most important thing I want to look at with the time that I have. Okay. A photo of what must be Miss McLeod and... Yes, this must be Mr. Hunter. They both look much younger. These must have been taken some time ago. Odd for her to have this. They must be close for her to have kept it so long. See, we are clearly approaching the evidence in an order the game maybe didn't expect, because we have had several conversations about the relationship between her and Mr. Hunter. Some of which also were a little bit backwards by the way we got the dialogue. So I think this may have been here to lead us into talking about that bit more with them, but we've talked to them first and we've come back and now we found the proof, and now he's like, whoa, must be so close. It's like, you haven't told me 6 times. It's fine. Another hypothesis. Okay. Okay. What's in here? Stationary. Protestant cross. Protestant cross rests by her bedside. So she's Christian. Let's have a little peek under the bed. That's just an... Oh, it says dream imagery on it, so maybe it's an actual book we can... A book on dream imagery and techniques. There are notes written haphazardly into the margins. A lucid dream state will allow one a degree of... Shall I start again? A lucid dream state will allow one a degree of control in one's dreams and can be a jolly fun way to add the feeling of freedom into one's life. First, find a comfortable place. This will ease the drifting into sleep. A fire is nice, but best to allow it to die a little so it doesn't need minding. To ensure one does not drift too deeply, here are a few techniques to stay between both wake and sleep. One item on the list is circled. Musical tracks, especially those designed for the purpose, can keep the brain in an ideal state to dream lucidly. Finally, one must focus on what they wish to see. The mind's eye is good for this, but something tangible to focus one's thoughts on is stronger. So obviously we should have seen this before we went into our lucid dream again, but we've we figured all that shit out yesterday, in the game yesterday. Perhaps I should try this technique and use the knowledge of the shared dreams as my anchor. I could use Miss Dean's journal to represent that. Yeah, maybe I could do that. Yeah, I should have been in this. I should have been in Hunter's Safe a long time ago. I should have been in this room a long time ago. We are really late to the party. Okay, a journal of our own. 53 minutes. Okay, how many things? I don't think each of these things cost me time, but let's check. So 54. Yeah. Victoria wants to investigate herself, of course, and see that Miss Dean no longer has the means to threaten us. But I've told her she absolutely cannot. If we're discovering such a thing, it'll be... If we are discovered doing such a thing, it'll be... If we are discovered doing such a thing, it will just be scandal upon scandal. I will find a husband instead, so even if Miss Dean does make public what she knows, it will hold little weight. It might not even be so terrible. I can hope at least. Can I not? Okay. Gal pals staying hidden. Okay, so the mystery of Ivy McLeod trying to find herself a husband is actually like a beard thing. It's just a cover for the truth of her romantic relationship with Lau. It's not about status or marrying into something or because it's the proper thing to do. Well, it is the proper thing to do, but it's if she does what's expected of her, they won't suspect her real romance. A list of names, the first three of which are marked off. Ah, these must be suitors then. Rory Callahan, Michael Skerritt, Walter Blake, bit young to be a suitor. Maybe that's why he's crossed off. The fourth name, Cathal O'Mara, is not marked off. Okay, so that's Walter Blake. Maybe she was like, oh wait, Walter Blake is not old at all. Let's get rid of that. Cross, cross, cross. Okay, so Cathal O'Mara is not marked off, and that explains the current circling around the idea of marriage with him that we've been seeing. Fine. That says Dara. That says Evelyn Dean. The last few days have been terrifying. I feel so vulnerable not being able to see anything beyond the mundane. I just know Dean is behind it. I've decided I'm going to ask Dara to help. I didn't want to worry him, but he'll have something for this, surely. Thank goodness he's here. So she asked Mr. Hunter for help. I wonder if he acted on this request. He sure did. He shoved a bloody thing up her chimney. If you'll pardon the expression. So I have agreed to meet Mr. O'Mara on Saturday at 7 p.m. In the gents' changing room, an undignified meeting place, but hopefully no one will disturb us there. I'll find some way to excuse myself from dinner. Victoria needn't know. Right, and that's where we saw her. But we didn't know what the hell they were doing at the time. Okay, and we've got time to get out of the room. Which means I've got time to look at the water. Because the water has a stain on it. Maybe it's quinine. Yes. It appears this water has been drugged. And the residue seems similar to that in the bag I found in Miss Lau's room. But what cause could she have to drug Miss McLeod? Could this be about the blackmail letter somehow? So, Lau is drugging McLeod to restrict her psychic mystical abilities. It's not explicit why she's doing that, but it seems that she's doing it so that Ivy McLeod won't see with her mind. It's so that Victoria Lau can do dirty work towards Evelyn Dean without Ivy picking up on it, is the impression I'm getting. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can't read this bit again, but that's essentially what she says here, I think. No, I think it's up here. I can't click on this bit. In this section, I think, is when she talks about drugging her. Intent to harm. Okay. Okay, let's get out of this room. In case I do stuff that costs me time and McLeod comes back in. And then let's go into the mysteries thing and... Blackmail letter. Drugged water. Ooh, I can also ask Hunter about that. Okay. So who are we in now? We're in Lau. Right, let's go to McLeod first, and I think we can do a hypothesis. Right, new facts. Protestant, journal full of writings in her room, so she can write. But she's got tiny shoes. Okay. Okay. Okay, cool. Everything is connected now. There's no more islands. Right, the diary, the marriage plans. Miss McLeod is meeting Mr. Amaro, a marriage of convenience, correct. Their relationship. A note from Miss McLeod to Mr. Hunter. Miss McLeod believes Miss Dean is psychically attacking her and asking Mr. Hunter for help. Right. But actually, it's Lau drugging her. Right? Okay, I think we've seen everything. So, before I click on it, the hypothesis... What is the hypothesis? Because we've sort of got stuck. We know what Mr. Hunter's up to. We think Mr. Hunter... we think the hypothesis of Mr. Hunter is that he put the thing up the chimney to protect Ivy from Evelyn Dean's psychic attacks. I don't think Hunter knows about the Lau-McLeod relationship. I think he just knows that, according to Ivy, Evelyn was attacking her with her mind. And we know what Lau's thing is. We can't hypothesize about her yet, but essentially she wants to stop Evelyn Dean blackmailing them. That's what she's up to. Ivy specifically, I think it's connected to the Hunter thing. I think it's a similar, like, maybe Ivy's hypothesis is going to be Ivy McLeod wants to marry a suitable man to cover up for her relationship with Lau in a society that won't accept that, etc. So let's go. Ivy McLeod's goal is to marry a man to cover up her relationship with Lau. That's basically what I said. Let's see if those are the words we get. Goal is to, let's say, find a fiance to cover up her relationship with Mrs. Lau, right? What if? I know what happened here. Okay, we did it. Okay, gal pals.
Miss MacLeod means to cover up a relationship under fear of blackmail. I should find and confront her about this.
I mean, it's none of my business, but it does tie into Evelyn Dean, which is my mystery, so I'm sure I'll be tactful. I've been tactful so far. Okay, we've got that going on. Let's... Ding. Yeah, that's fine. Let's do Hunter as well. We can't talk to Hunter for 5 minutes, but maybe we can after that. Right, what have we got from Hunter? Photograph, blackmail letter, chimney charm. Yeah, we've got it all together. So his thing is going to be Mr. Hunter, put a chimney charm up Evelyn Dean's chimney to protect Ivy MacLeod from her psychic attacks is the general gist. Right, let's go. Jargonta's hole is to... I don't know. Hamstring Evelyn Dean to protect Ivy Lloyd. What I just said. I don't know what the exact words are going to be. So this, I think, is going to be Evelyn Dean. This is... So I think this is going to be protect Miss MacLeod. What is this going to be? Bind? Oh, this is going to be Miss Dean. This is going to be harm, then. Dara Hunter's goal is to bind Miss Dean, because the chimney charm was a binding charm to protect Miss MacLeod from harm. What if? I know what happened here.
Mr. Hunter placed a binding spell on Miss Dean just before she went missing. I should find and confront him about this.
We sure should. God, that tea's cold. Progress. Okay, the flashing technique works. I'm going to flash everywhere. I'm going to flash every damn thing. Do I want to flash while I'm up here? Let's just go to Ivy. Let's just do what we know we can do. And then, you know what, I'm going to write down... I'm going to write down that Victoria... Who was it? Yeah, Lau has SC's cufflinks, and I'm going to write down flash all over the manor! Exclamation mark. So that, because obviously this episode's going to end in the next 10 minutes, and then I'm going to have a few days off for me, and then when I come back I want to know that that's my plan. I think flashing all over the place has proven fruitful, so let's continue to do that. We want to go out to the walled gardens, which are this way. That's a toilet. Let's flash as we go. I think we flashed our way through here. Library, yeah. This way, yeah. We've flashed all this bit. Flashy, flashy. And then when we confront MacLeod, it will lead us onto a action thing that we have to do. Like, what do we call this? An act, yes. It'll give us this thing, and that will be what resolves. How do we do this? I still think this is going to be Joyce related. I just don't know how we access that, and I don't think it's going to be through talking. So I wonder if there's also like a flashy solution to that. Something we haven't resolved yet. Okay, here we go.
Hello, Mr. Ward. How are you?
Okay, I'm going to be discreet about this, but... Your goal is to find a fiancé to cover up with your relationship with Mrs. Lau.
Shush! Not so loudly.
But I did this!
Oh, but look at me. I don't want things to be like this. I feel awful doing this to Victoria. As long as Miss Dean has her evidence, we are not safe. We'll be ruined if she decides to share it. So, all I can do is try and mitigate the damage. Even if that means... I don't want to talk about it. Please, Mr. Ward. You can't tell anyone. You can't. Please. We will be doomed.
I don't want to tell anyone.
Don't worry, miss. I won't tell a soul. I hope Mrs. Lau is handling the situation well.
Well, she's more calm than I. What will I do without her? I do hope Miss Dean doesn't succeed in driving us apart.
She's not as calm as you think. I can't lie. She is drugging you and thinking about killing Evelyn. Didn't hear it from me.
Oof. The only way I can see that happening is if we somehow get those awful materials and burn them. There is no other way to be free from that horrible woman's grasp.
Okay. Find and return the blackmail material. Okay, we're now on the act phase. That's good. If Miss Dean was blackmailing both Miss McLeod and Mrs. Lau, might I find something of use by investigating the chaperone? The blackmail has caused a rift between the two women. Oh, hello. Oh, we got a hypothesis. Cool. Crack on, mate. Okay, and I think this is going to be another, like the Callahans, I think this is going to end up being a dual resolution. Because both of their problems will be solved by burning the blackmail evidence. Right? So, we've already got this up here, so Victoria's goal is to... Ooh. Save her relationship with Ivy McLeod by drugging her so she can kill Evelyn Dean. Okay, that's going to be drugging. Okay, hide her relationship with Miss McLeod. I'm not sure about hide. By... So she can rob Miss Dean. I think that's right. Victoria Lau's goal is to hide her relationship with Miss McLeod by drugging her so she can rob Miss Dean. And rob Miss Dean of... You know, she went in her room, but she tried to get the blackmail material. What if... That doesn't make any sense. Alright. Okay. Okay. Save? Is there a save? Save. Okay, I did say save. I said save before I saw the words, and I guess I didn't see the word save. Let's try this. Oops. No. That's save. That's rob. Try that. What if... I know what happened here.
Mrs. Lau intends to get blackmail material from Miss Dean at any cost. I should find and confront her about this.
I should find and confront her about this. This will be the end of the episode when I talk to her, but that sets us up nicely for the next episode. And we will also quickly go into the next hour. We've got a bunch of stuff we'll be able to do. I've got my new flashing technique, so that will be useful. So I'm feeling more confident as we go into the next episodes that I'll at least have things I can focus on rather than being like, I don't know what to do. Okay, anyway, I should find Mrs. Lau. Oh, where is she? Oh, there you are.
Hello. What brings you back?
What is... So she speaks with a prim English accent. She sounds a little bit like Hayley Atwell. But in her diary or letter to herself or whatever it was we read, she talked about like the Western way of life that she was now in, as if she wasn't before. So I wonder where what her background is, where she's supposed to be from. Is she not from the West? Has she moved here? Is this sort of vaguely RP accent learned? Anyway, Lau, I guess, is not a common British-Irish name. Your goal is to save your relationship with Miss McLeod by drugging her so you can rob Miss Dean.
Oh, would you? Please, would you keep your voice down? I am not proud of this. I do not... Oh, God, I don't want to be doing this.
You know, we thought, 30 minutes ago I was like, she's killed Dean, and now I'm like, oh, well, maybe she's not so bad.
This whole thing is repulsive. I tried to find the material Evelyn somehow has. Do you understand? But I couldn't find it. There didn't seem much option to me then. I don't want to think what I might have to do. But the more I consider my options, I realize that if Ivy knows what I'm doing, she can't. I can't inflict her with it. I can't.
Okay, that's kind of sweet in a sinister way.
I have no doubt I'm sinning against her, Mr. Ward. I have no illusions of that. My hope is that it is the lesser of the evils I must subject her to.
Drugging people against their consent is wrong. Probably killing people is wrong. But I understand it's like, I'm doing a bad thing and I don't want to burden you with that sin kind of thing. Carry on. I'm going to try and mute the sound while she talks because I'm concerned this noise is loud.
So you're right, of course. I have seen you asking questions. Your business is other people's business, I gather.
In cases like this, sometimes I wish it wasn't.
You think I don't hear myself? How horrendous this all is? I do not want to be here, Mr. Ward, considering these things. I am doing what I think is best for Ivy. As for Miss Dean, you know I've not yet met with her, don't you? I meant to, but she never showed.
Okay.
Despite what I think I might have to do, I haven't hurt her. And I won't have to consider her anymore at all if perhaps you could make good use of this. Could you retrieve what Miss Dean has on us?
When you say this, are you going to give us something?
I believe she stashed it where she's made a mark on this map.
Excellent.
But I cannot tell where this is. It does not match anywhere I found on the grounds.
Is it in the catacombs?
Perhaps you, with your keen eye and wandering spirit, might know where it leads.
Perhaps.
Then it can all be over. A little mercy on us, sir, please. I do not deserve it, but Ivy does. And for all her sins, I do not want to hurt Miss Dean.
Okay, so that talk of Evelyn Dean dying was just you venting in your diary. We've all been there. But I'm glad you're not actually planning on murdering.
Do it for their sake, if not mine. I only want to be left in peace. That all this might be between myself and Ivy, and no one else.
Who is the culprit, though? Because everyone seems to have a little sweet alibi, emotional alibi, I guess. Where I'm like, you don't seem like a sinister occult kidnapper.
That would mean the world.
Okay. So, map of the catacombs. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. It's all kicking off. La 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 la. Great. So, confront, act. We did all this. She's given me a map of the catacombs. I can discuss it. But I don't think I need to because I've been to the catacombs. Maybe if I'd have got this... I probably maybe was expected to get this map a long time ago, before I ended up going through the catacombs in a drug-addled state during the party last night. But now I know exactly where it is, so I don't think I need to... I found a door in the catacombs that was locked, but looked as though it had been through recently. Who would have the key? Cool. Okay, so I think I need to find... Where are we going? Let's have a look at this. Yeah, let's go to the catacombs. Okay, so cell 7, key 4, Dean, Lau, evidence. Write that down. That seems important. More keys. I guess that explains why when this was locked, I got the dialogue that said, I wonder if there's a key. When this was locked, I think it's this one that was locked, we were like, didn't give a shit. It didn't say anything about a key. Okay, cool. This has set us up nicely. I won't be able to play for a couple of days. But when we do start again, we've got these things to investigate. This is like a joint mystery now. Their actions. We can speak to Hunter about the hypothesis we created on him. We can flash throughout the house. We can search for this key. We've got things we can do now. We've opened up actions. It's going to be 3 o'clock very soon. Hopefully, what are we doing? We can get through more of this. Fingers crossed. But for now, that's the end. I think that went well. I'm going to keep using my flashing detective powers. That's the way forward. We're going to find things that we missed. I think we've been haphazard in finding the right things. So, next episode, we know what we're doing. I'll see you there. Please interact with the video, I guess, if you want. If you don't, then just leave, walk away, go outside, enjoy the fresh air, and I'll be back here in a couple of days for the next episode. So long for now.